3:30 Eastern. A dozen bills are scheduled for debate today, including a measure to continue the National Flood Insurance Program for another 2 weeks, while negotiators work out a longer measure. Also, a measure passed by the Senate last week to continue Food and Drug Administration user fees and create new ones, and a bill making abortions based on gender illegal. Any votes requested will be held at 6:30 Eastern. The Senate not in session this week. It's their Memorial Day break. Now live to the House floor here on C-SPAN.
The House will be in order. Prayer will be offered today by our chaplain, Father Conroy.
Let us pray. We give you thanks, God of the universe, for giving us another day. As the various members of this people's house return, we ask your blessing upon each as they resume the difficult responsibilities that await them. Give each the wisdom and good judgment needed to give credit to the office they have been honored by their constituents to fill. Bless the work of all who serve in their various capacities here in the United States Capitol. Bless all those who visit the Capitol this very day, be they American citizens or visitors or guests of our nation. May they be inspired by this monument to the noble idea of human freedom and its guarantee by the democratic experiment that is the United States. God, bless America, and may all that is done this day be for your greater honor and glory. Amen.
The Chair has examined the journal of the last day's proceedings and announces to the House his approval thereof. Pursuant to Clause 1 of Rule 1, the journal stands approved. Pledge of Allegiance today will be led by the gentlelady from Minnesota, Ms. McCollum.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The Chair will entertain requests for 1-minute speeches. For what purpose does the gentleman from Texas rise?
Speaker, request permission to address the House for 1 minute to revise and extend my remarks and ask unanimous consent to do so.
Without objection.
Mr. Speaker, recently I met with some people in Texas in the trucking industry. We discussed the administration's domestic energy policy, how the administration is against using more American coal, how the administration is against drilling in ANWR, how the administration is stonewalling the drilling on federal lands, and how the administration is delaying offshore drilling permits, and how the administration uses the EPA to block domestic energy production. Since the administration is against so much, what is it in favor of? Then Dalton handed me this, yes, a tire gauge, and reminded me that the President touted his energy plan when he said this: we could save all the oil they are talking about getting off drilling if everybody would just inflate their tires and get tune-ups. Really? That's it? More air in our tires? Now, you know, Mr. Speaker, more hot air will save us all. Now, there's an energy plan we can all be proud of, and that's just the way it is. I yield back.
Gentleman yields back. The gentlelady from Minnesota is recognized. For what purpose does she rise? Without objection, so ordered.
Mr. Speaker, today I rise to honor my dear friend and outstanding tribal leader, Mille Lacs Band Chief Executive Marge Anderson. After 30 years of service to her community, Marge is retiring, and I know I'm not alone in saying she will be missed. Ms. Anderson first reached out to me when I was in the Minnesota State House. The education she provided on Indian treaty rights and the U.S. Constitution's guarantee of tribal sovereignty are lessons I still carry with me. The first woman elected to serve as Chief Executive of the Mille Lacs Band, Marge promoted tribal self-governance, economic development, education, health care, and infrastructure. Chief Anderson has also been recognized for her dedication to the welfare of Native American children, families, communities, and regional tribal organizations all around this country. I thank her for her inspired leadership, for her protection of tribal sovereignty, for her guidance and her friendship. Marge Magwitch, thank you.
For what purpose does the gentleman from Illinois rise? So recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I rise today in support of the 2013 Military Construction and Veterans Affairs Appropriation Bill. Most of the time when budgets are cut and cuts are made, someone somewhere is upset about them. But as a wise governor once said, you'll be amazed how much government you'll never miss. In the case of this bill, efficiencies were found within programs to trim billions in spending while still providing for our warfighters and veterans in the most effective and efficient ways. The fact that funding for so many vital programs for our veterans were actually increased is a testament to the significant savings made in other areas of the bill. For example, it will provide disability compensation for almost 4 million veterans and their survivors, and it will provide post-9/11 GI Bill education benefits for more than 600,000 veterans. I ask my colleagues to join me in voting in favor of this important bill later this week. I yield back.
For what purpose does the gentleman from Florida rise? So recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Many young immigrants have found themselves stuck in limbo due to our failure to address immigration reform. Such is the plight of my constituent, Daniela Pelaez, who came here from Colombia with her family when she was 4. They overstayed their visas and she has now been ordered deported. Next week, Daniela, who is here with us today in the gallery, will graduate as valedictorian from North Miami High. Having maintained a 6.7 GPA, she has received a full scholarship to Dartmouth University. In order to assist students like Daniela, today I am introducing the Studying Towards Adjusted Residency Status, or STARS Act. The STARS Act would allow undocumented students who arrive here at a young age, graduated from high school, and are accepted into a university to apply for a 5-year conditional non-immigrant status. During that 5-year period, they can focus on their college education, and once they graduate, have their conditional status extended and work toward achieving residency. This legislation can make the American dream a reality for young people like Daniela, who through no fault of their own are prevented from realizing their full potential in this land of opportunity. I ask my colleagues to join me in supporting this legislation to help Daniela and others like her who are as American as anyone born in the United States and who simply need a chance to continue being productive Americans. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Gentleman from Pennsylvania.
Address House 1 minute.
So recognized.
Mr. Speaker, today the House of Representatives will consider the Prenatal Non-Discrimination Act, a bill to ban the practice of sex selection abortions. If you talk to most expectant couples, you'll hear a common refrain: we don't care whether it's a boy or a girl, we just want a healthy baby. In fact, even with advanced ultrasound technology, many parents choose to wait until birth to discover the sex of their child. Unfortunately, there are exceptions. Some couples will do anything to choose the sex of their child. In the majority of these cases, boys are favored and girls are aborted. I know most Americans think this is something that happens overseas in places like China and India. However, a Columbia University study found evidence that sex selection at the prenatal level is happening right here in the United States. Just yesterday, a group, Live Action, released undercover video of a Planned Parenthood clinic in Austin, Texas, counseling a woman on how to choose the sex of her child. We shouldn't wait any longer to ban this barbaric and socially unhealthy practice. It's time to pass the bill. I yield back.
For purpose, the gentleman from Tennessee rise. So recognized.
Thank you, sir. Yesterday there was an historic program at the White House where 13 great people of the world were recognized with Presidential Medals of Freedom. They ranged from former Supreme Court Justice John Paul Stevens to Bob Dylan to John Glenn and others. But nobody stood out more than Pat Head Summitt, the great athletic coach for the University of Tennessee Lady Vols, greatest basketball coach of all time. But now, facing her greatest battle, Alzheimer's, she stands as a public statement that this disease must be, a cure must be found, and the caregivers must be recognized and taken care of. She's raising money for Alzheimer's. She's raising money for those that face this problem like she does, but she's facing it with courage and trying to help others. This is her greatest battle. She is a great American. I thank the world for Pat head summit, not for her coaching ability, but for her courage as a human being. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I yield back the balance of my time.
Pursuant to Clause 12A of Rule 1, the Chair declares the House in recess until approximately 3:30 p.m. today.